you have spent quite a part of your career in the Middle East, right? And especially the Middle East, most of the businesses are predominantly male-led, right? Though in the past few years, the whole narrative is changing. There is more women which are becoming a part of the women leadership. I myself am aware that you have been a part of two of the organizations which have never had a women's CEO. You were probably the first one into those organizations, right?
Yeah.
So I want to basically ask you is that how, as a woman, as one of those first women leaders to be a part of such businesses, has been a challenge for you? Have you managed those challenges, right? Especially because I ask this question because the thought process, especially in the Middle East, is that that they think that the male are the better ones.
Male dominated.
They know it better, right? So what have been the challenges and how you have probably been able to overcome and created such massive success? And also, as a woman leader yourself, what is the kind of message that you want to give to those aspiring leaders who want to be part of those businesses out in the Middle East?
Yeah. I mean, first of all, I'm really, honored and very proud of myself, to have led these organizations. And let me tell you something, I got those roles through merit and through hard work and experience. And I'm always saying when I do, women leadership conferences or women, empowerment conversations, that it's not us against them. It's not male versus female. I got those roles because I worked really hard, Sati. I mean, I've worked incredibly hard 30 years, 16, 17 hours a day, 7 days a week. I just explained to you how much I put out for a business, and then I go into a business owning it like it was my own, 100%, and facing many rejections throughout my career, many interviews that I've had that, that I didn't get last minute for some reason. Of course, now in hindsight, I know exactly why I didn't get them. Right. But the point is, you earn a position because of your merit. So maybe these organizations didn't set out to think, I'm going to hire a female. They set out to hire a CEO. They interviewed 10 or 15 CEOs, maybe more. They then met all of us, and I happened to be the one that nailed what they needed because of the expertise that I had. And then coupled with that, they got the benefit and bonus package of me being female, right? But so it's very important, for women out there to understand that, because I do a lot of talks and women are always talking about, the glass ceiling, that I'll never, some of them even say, what's the point? What's the point of me trying to earn a career? Because I'm never going to sit on the board and I'm never going to be a CEO. But therein lies the problem, because there is a point, because you will achieve it if you actually put all the effort. Now, on the flip side, of course, it is very challenging because the entire industry is male dominated.
Yes.
The boards are male dominated. So on the flip side, for me, it is frustrating because there are hardly any women on these boards. And you're very right. The men that sit on these boards think that they know it best. And so, but it is up to the women to work hard to get that role, to break that barrier. That's the thing. Because if we want to give up trying, if we want to have a mentality that, I'm never going to get a seat, and men are never going to accept me or whatever it is, then therein lies the problem. But you have to work hard to earn it. Right. Now, if businesses are smart, they'll understand the value that women bring. Right. Because we have a very different value and skill set. Again, it's not a his against hers. I think more so than ever now, with the way the world climate is and how everything is so on tender hooks and sensitive, everything now more than ever is emotionally led. And we come armed with this, not just multitasking, because we multitask our homes, our houses, our workloads, but we come armed with this, tool called empathy.
Yeah.
And that means when we're looking at the same problem, but our solution is more emotionally led than just pragmatic, or, you know, just a clear cuts. This is a direction. We look at it from many different angles, and the voice that we communicate it and how we deliver it is a very different, because we're simply made differently, right? So our approach to it. And so if businesses today are smart, they're going to be looking at hiring women ASAP to be sitting on their boards and leading their business. Because now when everyone is vulnerable, when there's that, you know, uncertainty of what's happening, when people need to feel like they belong, when people need that emotional, you know, kick start, then women are the ones that lead that change. I've been in positions where, you know, I have been bullied. I've been made to feel completely inferior. I've been, you know, like mentally beat up. I cannot tell you, and that's a whole other podcast, Sati, because people look on the outside and they think, you know, you're successful, you've achieved a career, you know, you've gained this. And you know, because you've been at the end of that phone call or that conversation, when I have been literally, you know, because I'm a very private person, of course, you know, I have my family and my husband. And then, you know, you're that second point, and you've been on the receiving end of me being broke. Yeah. As in not financially broke, that too, but mentally absolutely beat. Because I've been in a position where I've been told, you're not good at your job. You don't even understand it. I've been in a position where they dismiss it. When I'm actually the CEO, you've actually hired me as the CEO, but you will talk over me, dismiss my opinion because you don't understand you're a girl. So I'm just going to direct it to the boys in this meeting. I've endured a lot of that. But every single time I've been made to feel that big, every single time when I felt like, you know what, I'm going to give up. I've taken that step back and that really deep breath. And I thought to myself, why on earth would I let you get away with allowing me to feel like this? Absolutely. So rather than going the other way, Sati, which is so easy to do, you know, when you've been ridiculed or spoken down to, or, you know, mentally really beat. Yeah. From the outside, people think, you know, you're the CEO, life is great. You have no idea. People don't realize, first of all, you have a tremendous responsibility being the CEO. Yeah. So much pressure on you, like, to deliver. And on the other hand, you know, you're also being really pressured from the other side. And so it's so easy to say, you know, to throw in the hat, right? Or throw in the towel and say, I can't forget this. It takes a lot to say, you know what, I'm going to prove every single one of you wrong, and I'm going to do it. And actually, I'm going to do it bigger and better and best. And I'm going to make you eat your words. That's what I've done.
Absolutely, Asil, and that's one of the reasons which I always say women are far better leaders than men, because for one of the simple reasons is that the ability of the women to absorb, digest, and come out with a solution is far better off than a man, right? And as you said it very, very rightly, and this is something which I think we need to highlight more. It is not about women against men, right? It is purely a matter of who is better qualified to lead, who has the better skill sets to lead. It's all about that, right? So I think that's a phenomenal point that you've raised, and this is something that more and more people should talk about, is this women empowerment. Women leadership is not about elevating a woman. It's all about she has got a better skill sets. She has got certain skills which by God's grace is unique to her, right? It's as simple as that.
Yeah, exactly, Sati, exactly. So, you know, women empowerment is obviously, that's why for me it's so important, you know, that I champion it, because I understand the really difficult challenges women have.
Absolutely.
And you know, it's very important for me to make sure that, you know, women are motivated to continue and keep going, because they can and they will and they should, and to understand that even when they're looking at other successful women, these other successful women didn't just have it easy, right? We did not have it. 30 years was not smooth sailing. And you know that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And you know what? What's really funny is I've had women bosses who make my life miserable. So I also want to point it out there that actually we also have onus on ourselves as women to support other women. Because I've been in positions where when I'm talking about like that, me being mentally like broken, it's not necessarily just by the men bosses that I've had. Women, because you know what happens is because it's so unusual for them to get to a senior level. For some reason, some women, when they get to that senior position, I don't know, they have a chip on their shoulder, or they just want to make your life darn nasty. Actually, I work better with men, you know. Some women make it, but these women that have done that to me, that I've experienced, again, have made me so much better because they taught me what not to be.
Yes.
What I got from that, Sati, is I would look at them and I'd be like, I never want to be that woman.
Absolutely.
I never want to be you. I want to learn what not to do. So even from those moments, but I'm, you know, this is a message to all women listening to this. You also must support really genuinely other women.
Absolutely.
You just have to, you please, because it's, you know, we also don't support.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Great way to end another round. Yeah.
Absolutely, Asil. So fantastic. So the second round of Turn the Tables has been absolutely, in real sense, has been on Turn the Tables.
It's totally cool. Thank you so much, Sati, for hosting this.
Thank you, Asil. Thank you. Absolute pleasure.
Amazing.